Hello there, wizards and apprentices, and welcome to the 4th episode of City Limits. In each episode, I and a guest have 1 hour to build something in this creative world, adding to this ongoing city. The guest and I have a chat as we build, and we have to do our best to stay focused on building and talking at the same time. Today's guest is FamilyCraft Dad, also known as FCD. He's a fantastic content creator, and I am so excited to have him on the show. Welcome, FCD.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. So the very first thing I'm going to have you do is sign in with this book.
All right, here we go.
Viewers who have watched closely have noticed that I put stairs here because I constantly try to jump up on here because I'm restless while people are doing things. So go ahead and press this button and then you will receive your theme.
Here we go. Where's it? Is it underneath this path block here? Is that what this is?
It's under the button, yeah.
It's actually directly under the button.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, here we go.
Perfect redstone.
Right, so it's a piece of paper, so I gotta read the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I pressed the button and I was thinking, this is mysterious. What's gonna happen? And the theme is mysterious. So
I love that one.
We got mysterious. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
exciting.
It seems right up your alley, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And it's up mine as well. So this will be fun.
Fun fact, I can't even remember if I wrote that theme or if that was submitted by one of the previous guests. So, yeah, go ahead and destroy that. And then before the end, you don't have to do it now, but before the end, you're going to add your own theme for future viewers or future guests. You know what I mean.
Yep, sounds good.
So you have as much off-camera prep time as you like. You can build your block palette. You can outline everything basically short of actually building. You can do now. So viewers, we will be right back.
So I'm thinking Wizard Tower. And we got talking. I told Jera, I said, nope, I'm not pandering. This is not what we're not the plan. It's not. Mysterious. I think Wizard Tower. I mean, first I think Tower, and then what's more mysterious than a wizard? Just saying.
Absolutely right. All right, so I'm excited to get this one started, and this time, unlike last time, I'm gonna remember to set the timer. So
good job.
As you are my witness, I'm doing it right now. We have begun.
Well done. Woohoo!
You've been playing Minecraft for like a while now, right? How long have you been playing exactly?
A little over 6 years now.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not OG. I'm not super OG, but nowadays it feels like I am because there's a lot of people that have just started, and I always feel like I'm the youngin of the group. To find out later, no, I'm really not. I've been at this for a while, so yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
No, that's awesome. What was the first thing that like hooked you about the game?
Content creators. Basically, and like the typical story is, I found the hermits and blah blah blah. I didn't find the hermits right away. Actually, I found my kids. My kids were quite young at the time, and they were watching a YouTuber family named Hobby Kids TV. And they had like a little Minecraft series, and it looked like a lot of fun. And my son goes, "Hey, Dad, we should totally do a YouTube channel." And that started the whole thing. And at that time, I hadn't really played Minecraft much. We got it for our phone, and it was kind of fun. It was a good time. But what really got me into Minecraft initially was I'm going to make content on this game.
Awesome.
I'm going to try making content on it. So that's kind of the short story of how it kind of began. And what drew me in was just being able to be so creative, just be able to make whatever you want at all. Like no one's telling you no.
Right.
You just build. I love it.
Now you've been a mod for like multiple servers, multiple hermits even, including Mumbo Jumbo, and you're currently a mod for GoodTimesWithScar, which is how I know you. Did you get into moderating like pretty quickly after you started with the content stuff?
Yes, in a way. I started doing YouTube content on very similar to you, except on Mumbo's server instead of Scar's. And Mumbo like I actually stopped doing the content creation with my son. It really wasn't working out very well. We only did like 4 videos and meh. But then Mumbo announced that he was going to start a Patreon server. And I was like, oh yeah, totally. I want in, because I've been watching False Symmetry do, you know, her Patreon videos and stuff. And I was like, this is great. I want this. So I joined in, and I was like, I think I'm going to do content, because Exuma showed off a thing called Replay Mod that really sparked my interest.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to build on that server and do replay stuff. And I know this is getting into content creation, not the modding.
No, that's okay.
It goes there. It goes there. So I got on Mumbo's server, and basically Mumbo, the wonderful spoon that he is, I was around when Spoon was created. It was during a stream. But anyway, but he doesn't think things through. Let's just go with that. And he just kind of started a Patreon server. They wanted him, like, Cubed Host was like, we want to sponsor you doing a Patreon server. What do you think? And he's like, fine, let's do that. He had no plan going in, and he just kind of went with it. And he had a, like, similar to this server, like a low-end shared server that he thought was going to run things just fine. Now, he wasn't as big back then as he is now, but he was still like 200-ish thousand subs. And he was thinking, oh, a little shared thing is going to work out fine. No, it really didn't. There was massive lag on the first day. And he didn't have any moderators. There was like 100 people on, no moderators. He didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, no.
And he really didn't know how to set up a server either, and Cubed Host wasn't helping. So what did he end up doing? He ended up grabbing like a couple of his top Patreon that said that they were like interested in helping. And those two were 14 years old.
Oh, no.
And they were the ones tasked with running the server.
I'm sure they did their best.
Oh, they absolutely tried their best, and they did fine. I'm actually still friends with one of them. Good guy. But like, first off, let's get back to building for a split second.
Oh, sure.
I'm confused. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay, got it. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I confused myself on where this one was going, so I left that wall for you with the diagonals.
I forgot about the courts is what happened, and now it all makes sense again. The world makes sense. I'm good. So needless to say, there was definitely a void of the ability for people that, you know, can actually run things. And long story short, the server was still, like, he even upgraded the server. It still wasn't really holding up. And I happened to have some technical knowledge, so I was like, let me see what I can do. I'm not joining your staff. I'm just helping. Is literally what I said, you know? And I helped. I figured out, and I, you know, saved the day. And basically, Mumbo's like, and by the way, you're not leaving this chat. You're now part of the team. I'm like, fine. Okay, so I ended up starting to run things, and slowly but surely, like, that became my role. I became like the head admin. I was managing the Mumbo server. So that's how I ended up becoming a mod. It was this, you know, see a need, fill a need kind of scenario. And speaking of seeing a need, fill a need, first off, I love this. That's great.
Thank you.
Just saying. Good design choice there. What was I saying? I saw a need for camaraderie between the multiple servers. And I got together a group of people, and I started what's called the CCG way back in the day, which includes Scar's server, False Symmetry server, Exuma's server, Mumbo's server, and Cleo's. And we had build contests. And that's what really got my name out there, is because me and a guy named Red Jambo like ran that, and it was a lot of servers together.
And what is CCG?
Cross Community Games is what it was called. Way back in the day, there were the Extreme UHCs, and those kind of died out over a period of time. And I kind of filled that void with the CCG doing build battle. If you're wondering, I have no idea where to go from here.
It's okay.
I'm trying to come up with stuff. Like, you know, when I'm building, I'm building. When I'm talking, I'm talking.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
First off, let's figure out where the windows will go, because I think that'll help.
That will. What I'm thinking about doing is switching from this big circle to one medium-sized circle and one small circle. And the small circle will go taller than the medium-sized one.
Perfect.
And then there'll be a purple roof on this, a purple roof on the medium one, and a purple roof on the tall one.
Okay. And would those be at the opposite corners here?
So yeah, let me make the circles, and then we can get back to story time with FCD.
Yes. It would be cool if the smaller one kind of went like, I don't know, sort of twisty diagonal, like out this way maybe.
Could do. Yep, could work.
I think it would make it might make it look. I'm thinking of like how it would look from the city, right? Because like we're just now getting to the point that from ground level we can start seeing it.
Oh, got you. Yeah. Okay. So my rotate. Okay, this is rotated based on looking at it from the door, but we're going to be looking at it from the city. That's a very good point. Yeah, this should rotate 90 degrees, shouldn't it? Okay.
This thought process credited to B-dubs. Picking a favorite content creator is difficult, but in terms of like who I learn the most from in every episode, like B-dubs is up there. Every single episode I like want to sit there with a notebook.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. That's for sure.
I just realized this part here should be a balcony with plants on it.
Winning. I like it. I was literally thinking the same thing. I was like, what do I do with this?
Yeah, if that was a door, and then you know this was just like a boop boop boom, like a little fancy boy on it. Not necessarily this color, but like just some kind of deck.
Yep, probably use spruce for the deck itself.
Yeah,
the wood color. But yeah, exactly. How I became a moderator. So basically, very, very quickly, over time, I became fairly decently known among the hermits as someone who's just reliable in a pinch to take care of a scenario.
Right.
And, you know, the CCG came and went. It was a fantastic thing. You know, when we get talking about content creation, I'll talk about it a little bit more because a lot of my major mega builds have come from that. But to get into the Scar World thing, since you were asking about that, Scar World likely... Now, I'm not one to pat myself on the back at all, but Scar World probably would not have happened if I didn't say yes to a very specific question that was asked to me by Azuma. Azuma asked me directly, asked if I would be willing to help Scar build a Patreon server. And the reason he asked me specifically, he knew I was, you know, involved in doing like this kind of stuff. But also, and I help Mumbo, who is not always available to make a decision. So I often made decisions for him on a lot of occasions. So if Scar's unavailable, which happens sometimes, he knew I'd be good in a pinch in that scenario. But also there was a video I made, a tribute to Scar. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, actually, I have not.
I was on a kick of making what I was calling life-size YouTubers videos. And basically I made like gigantic organics of different YouTubers. So I made one of Mumbo, and then later I made one of Scar, and then I just kind of didn't do that particular project anymore. But the one I did of Scar came out really good, and I wanted to do something special with it. So I got a bunch of Scar people from like his Twitch subs and such. And he had a fan server called Jellycraft back in the day. And they did like a little tribute. I had him do little videos
That's awesome.
And it came out great. It came out great. But I did that video, and so I think that's what got me on radar. And yeah, Izuma asked me to kind of get Scar World started, and so that's what I did.
Trying out like a weird Windows design. Hang on.
Yeah, you're trying to come up with a. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're trying to make it a little wider. Yeah, because the purple, like I would naturally go to purple too, but I feel like it might be getting lost in that somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because I was thinking if there was also purple in the green, right? Then it would
might tie it together.
Yeah, that was my thought. And then especially if we continue with like this the fence gates and the brown fences around. This is like it's kind of a monstrosity, but like I think it's in a good way so far.
This might be throw up quality idea. So but I'm gonna try. We're gonna go with let's see if we can get magenta going down here. And green going up here. Just seeing what it looks like from afar.
Oh, you know.
Oh, it's not the worst.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it.
I thought it was gonna be the worst.
I thought I was gonna hate it too.
I was like, this is a bad idea. But you know what? 90% of my great ideas start with those exact words. Like, this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever done, but I'm gonna do it anyway and see what happens.
No, I'm a fan. This is good. You sort of answered this already, but what would you say the biggest like benefits and drawbacks to being a mod on a community versus just playing on one?
The benefits are that, and this is how I think. The benefit is I get to help someone. Like Scar is a great person, and to have the opportunity to help him is awesome. You know, it's just awesome. I love being able to be available to help in that scenario, and Mumbo was fun to help as well. That is the major upswing. The other upswing is the kind of people you get to meet that are fellow mods. Some of the mods I've met doing this have been top people. Like I said, some of them have become like, I think are going to end up being lifetime friends. I've been friends with them for the last 4.5 years, and they put up with my crap all the way up to now, so why would they stop? So yeah, like that's one of the major benefits. And the drawback is the obvious stuff is when you get on a server that is something that you're running, it's not the same as being able to go on as a player, because you have to worry about more. People are asking you questions left, right, and center, and they need help with this and that. I'm gonna do something with this door real quick.
Oh yeah.
First, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Just a little bit of extra 3D.
Yeah. So do you have any other good stories to share from moderating either for Scar or Mumbo? Or
Okay, a fun story. Fun tradition on MumboCraft that we developed as a group, and it was a lot of fun, is anytime we brought in a new mod, it was tradition before we gave them mod powers, we brought them into the server and we had to trap them somehow and kill them.
Oh, that's awesome.
And usually using mod powers ourselves. So like we'll like bring them into a room, and everyone else will be in like spectator, right? And we bring them into a room, and all of a sudden everyone appears and starts spawning zombies and then fly away. Stuff like that. Like, oh man, that was so much fun. And that started with a good friend of mine, Lord Rip. He's always such a prankster, and when we modded him, we were like, we have to pick on him somehow, because it's like, it's the way of the Rip.
So what is something that you wish the average person knew about their favorite content creators? General or specific? We don't have to talk about anyone in particular, but like...
Gosh, it's difficult, because some people know the Hermits pretty well and know some stuff, and then there's other people who have kind of brand new, like yourself. You know, you haven't been around the block for a very long time. Like, I know some of the OG stuff, like for instance how Mumbo became Spoon. Like, where'd that phrase come from?
Yeah, I don't think I even understand that reference.
Yeah, so basically in Great Britain, they'll use just about any utensil as an insult. It's just a thing. You are a spoon. You are a fork. Like it's like spoon is the most common one, but like that's just a thing. But it was really funny. Like during one of his only live streams, he hardly ever live streamed.
Right.
But he was on a small kick of live streaming right when I first was starting, and we were watching him, and he was trying to get some sheep to go down these stairs without dying. Mm-hmm. And they kept dying on him left, right, and center. He could not keep those, and he just got so mad. He was like, "You spoons, get on the thing," you know. And it stuck instantly. Like for some reason, he became the spoon, and it just grew from there. Like it. He never lived it down from that point on because it fit him so well. Because the question marks came up, like, what? Why spoon?
So then what is, kind of, I guess, jumping gears a little bit, but what is one of your favorite builds or some of your favorite builds that you've ever made?
Obviously, my top favorite, and I know you've seen it, has to be the Hobbit build.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm going to put a picture on screen. I love this one. It's so cool.
And by I mean me and like four or five others all worked together on it.
Gotcha.
Basically, this was after I was mentioning the CCG earlier. This was after like we were coming off of the high from doing that all the time, mm-hmm. and we wanted to do some building, and we made ourselves a little build team. And there's a website or a server called Builder's Refuge that we all kind of got into for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And they were doing contests, and they decided to make a contest. In a hole there lived a hobbit, right? Mm-hmm. Was the contest name, and you know it was a 3-hour contest, and so we were kind of preparing to do that when we started working on it a little bit, trying to figure out what we were going to do. And we realized, A, 3 hours isn't going to be enough. B, a 50 by 50 plot is not going to be enough. And we're like, let's just do it ourselves and forget that the contest even exists. Mm-hmm. So we got working. And it took a lot of hours to get what it was done. But in reality, like it took about a month by the time I was rendering it and putting it out there. And oh man, it was fun to build. Got good reception. Like we actually got on a BuzzFeed. Ooh. Did a post about it.
That's cool.
A couple bigger YouTubers made a thing about it as well. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun to like. That was the first video I put out that got any real recognition. Mm-hmm. Up to that point, there was a handful of stuff. Mumbo definitely, talked me up quite a bit early days.
Right. Yeah, I imagine that helps.
yeah, just a tad. When the spoon says, "Hey, go check this out," people tend to go check it.
Yeah.
But a lot of those CCG builds, like the dwarven, originally it was the Ice Palace, but it became like a dwarven cave that we mm-hmm. created. If you want to look at it, if you want to react to it, it's the video link I posted for you.
Okay. Whoa. Oh, that's amazing. I'm such a sucker for like a big old tunnel through a mountain. Oh, wow. I'm inside now. Wow. Oh, wow. That's so cool. This is amazing. This is so cool. Oh, man.
So that was one of the first CCG build battles, and we had so much fun building it. And one of the cool things about doing something that is cross-server with much hermits mm-hmm. is we actually had hermits judging it.
Oh, wow.
So I was able to get Scar and Cleo to judge for us. And your reaction was pretty close to what Scar's was. Like he was kind of on the outside, saw the cave. He was just looking at the cool trees. He's like, oh, that's really nice looking. Oh, good trees. Oh, you forgot to put the snow blocks on this one. Bad job there. But overall it looks pretty good. And then he flies in. He goes, oh. Like in his deep Scar voice. Oh, it was that lit me up so hard. I was like, that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I can only imagine.
Made me so happy. I like how you're fanning out. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, I'm doing like a little twisty fellow. I figure, is this one maybe the taller one or is yours?
The skinnier one was meant to be the taller one.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I won't go up too much higher before I start roofing. I just wanted to get the curve in. Yep, that works. But yeah, one of the other builds that will always stick in my memory. It was hard work. There was another contest from Builders Refuge. Called and it was solar punk was the theme. It's really quite cool and very futuristic kind of look. And that was the theme. And me and two of my friends, we got together and made it happen and just worked on it. And my brain is immediately changing gears a little bit. I'm thinking this tall one is going to branch off like a tree. Awesome.
Just throwing that out there.
I'm into it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is about as high as the tower part is going to go on this one.
Perfect. And then, I'm only going to get up a little bit higher with this one for the tree bit.
Yeah, and then it'll do a pointy roof, so it'll probably end up closer to like here.
But yeah, that is where I really started learning how to build. Was in that contest, because up to that point I just kind of toyed with world edit and such, and I was doing pretty good, but like I wasn't like really practiced. And when you work on something the contest went on for an entire month, and it was just pure work. Like we were working at it all month. It was insane. We learned a lot, and that was the beginning of like the official beginning of my build team that I've got going on, that we do stuff like on Marketplace and things like that. But yeah, those are some of my favorite builds. I gave you a picture of that as well.
Yes.
The solar pump. That's the one that's a little bit further out. It's like a cityscape kind of thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's really, really cool. Oh, and then can you tell me more about some of these other ones that you sent me? Like these, we got this dragon, and then we have the castle with the ship thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gave you that. Okay, so Slime Manor. That was, I think, the second CCG. We did it. It was very Halloween themed, as you can see. And the idea was, Count Redstonia needed help building a scary tower of some sort, or a castle or thing. So basically, I made a giant island and had all the teams build a tower on it.
Awesome.
Or a thing on it. And so we had a bunch of teams there, but that was our entry to that. We ended up calling it the Slime Manor. That was one of the big ones that I had on, that did really well on YouTube. And I had a lot of fun building it. Like and that's actually a full Redstone adventure map.
Oh yeah.
Downloadable and everything.
Oh
yeah.
wow, I'll definitely link that in the description if you still have that up.
Yeah, it's fun. Actually, I have, if you watch the video, you actually get to watch Mumbo try to go through it.
Oh, awesome.
Which is a blast. It's an absolute blast. That contest was meant for Mumbo. Like, that was pandering to him 100%. Like, it was supposed to look good, but it also functioned well with Redstone and stuff. So we had one of my friends who's really into Redstone was having a blast. He like created all these like triple extenders and crazy stuff that I'm just sitting here like, yep, you do you. I'm gonna keep building.
I feel that.
What was the other one?
The dragon one.
Oh, dragon one. Yeah, that one was fun to make. It was one of my friends wanted to. He was really wanting to make a dragon with me because I had made one once, and he was like, I like doing dragons. Let's do a dragon. And so he made the darker one, and I made the lighter one, and we kind of like made our own landscapes to go with them. We may actually revisit this idea because he actually became a dad in the middle of all that.
Aw.
And then he suddenly realized just how much work being a dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't keep working on this anymore. We just had to wrap it up. But yeah, we may actually end up revisiting it. We're waiting for the new update with the new height limit so we can make even bigger dragons, because we're crazy like that.
Reasonable.
Reasonable.
Yeah, listen, if you're
sure.
I mean, listen, if you're gonna go and make a big dragon, you may as well make the biggest possible dragon.
You might as well do it. Yeah, you might as well just do it.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Go big or go home, as they say.
Indeed.
So what would you say your favorite content is to create? Like, what's the most fun to make?
That's the question, isn't it? Like, I love making content, and my favorite kind of content to make doesn't do well on YouTube unless you're a hermit, and that is making SMP content. And I mean, that's not entirely true, but like, if you do a group SMP, generally speaking, it's really hard to get viewers for it. If you do a single player, it does decently well.
Really?
But for some reason, the YouTube algorithm just doesn't want to show it to people, and it's really frustrating. But yeah, to answer the question, my favorite is definitely making SMP content, but it's always a point of frustration because you can't really.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
not even if everyone's real active.
It works. That's the hard part. That's the trick, is getting everyone to be active.
But if everyone is active, it is in theory possible.
Correct. Right. Oh, absolutely.
It's good to know for reasons.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about things that
Spoilers redacted.
I am now adding the best part of a build.
Detail? Oh, leaves.
Leaves!
Yeah, I started throwing them all over the roof over here. I think it is really coming together. We have about 5 minutes left on the timer.
Oh, get the leaves, hurry!
You've given me so much fantastic advice over the course of my, learning to make content and stuff. Is there any advice that you feel is like universal that every person who wants to try to make content should know?
Don't be afraid to put content out there, even if it's not perfect. In fact, absolutely none of your content is going to be perfect in your brain. And whenever you look back at old content, you'll always go, "Oh, I've grown so much since then."
Right.
But you can't grow unless you start posting. Just do it. Just get it out there. Don't fuss. Don't get in the habit of scrapping video ideas. Just post it. No one minds. Everyone enjoys just watching some fun content. Do the best you can, and then move on to the next thing. The more you do, the better you'll get at it. But the more you fuss on one video, you're not going to get it. It's going to drive you bananas. That's my biggest advice, is just keep moving forward. Learn how to finish a video. Another advice, if you do trees as a content creator, just like the videos, just do it.
Yeah.
The more random it is, the better it looks.
Yeah, honestly, I completely agree with that advice. Every time people are like, "Oh no, how trees?" Just no, put a bunch of leaf blocks down. You can take them away if you don't like them. Honestly, my strategy in survival, at least, is to place too many and then go at it with a hoe.
Yep, that could work.
Just kind of randomly and sort of hack out sections, because trees aren't perfect. They're not just a lollipop. They got bits that don't have any leaves in them.
And the more imperfect, the more real it looks.
Yes. Oh, you know what we should be doing, though? Putting glowstone in.
Oh, yeah. Spoken like a true survival player.
I mean, also it just looks neat.
It does look neat.
I honestly love glowstone. I know a lot of people. See, this is another place where older and newer players differ, because most players who've been around for a while are sick of glowstone, and they think it's 100%. Ugly. But I think
cobblestone, but of light block.
Yeah, but I think it's absolutely really cute, super fun, and very magical, which for my purposes is exactly what I want. And yeah.
You know what new block all old players absolutely love? For that exact reason you spoke of?
Shroomlight?
This one.
Oh, the lantern.
Oh, I can't. Yep.
Yeah, you can't hang from leaves, which is really upsetting. You can hang chains from leaves and hang the lantern from there, though. Which we should actually 100% do, but maybe with soul lanterns, like, because I did those here.
Yeah. It'll add to the mysterious.
Yeah.
I agree, full-heartedly.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's our timer. Whoop, stop. There we go, sorry.
It's all good. I know your sound cuts out when
Yeah.
I'm watching up your videos to know that.
Oh, it's not ideal. There she is. You live here forever now. Well, I think we're finished.
Yeah, this is, it's a build.
It is a build. It honestly, like, we said it the whole time. I didn't know if this would work, but it did. It's perfect. I love it. It's so magical and all over the place. And of course, we had to bring it to life a little bit. Where'd she go?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
What?
where'd she go? She's blocked in. Maybe I have to name tag her?
Oh, you didn't name tag? Yeah, she despawned.
I didn't realize that they would despawn. All right. There we go. All right. And of course, we had to add some life to the build. We came over here and we added a resident. This is Mrs. Evil. Turn around, Mrs. Evil. Don't be shy. This is Mrs. Evil. And her cat, which is also named Mrs. Evil. This build is so wild, but I absolutely love it. Fantastic design, FCD.
You helped a heck of a lot too. This was definitely one of those we were just talking and building. Like you're a fantastic builder. I'm all right. And
You're a fantastic builder too.
we just keep on placing blocks. Eventually something's gonna come out that looks cool.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I love it. All right, you want to come up front with me for the closing ceremonies?
Yes, I gotta think of the thing, don't I?
Yes. All right, FCD, thank you so much once again for joining today. I had so much fun, and I love this tower that we built.
Yeah, it came out awesome. Oh, jeez. It's so random, but I love it.
Yes.
We said that several times, but it is really cool.
It's ridiculous. Unison crouch. All right.
Yeah.
And everyone, I will see you again next episode. Bye.
Bye. Am I thinking too long?
You've grown a tree.
I've grown a tree off my... Oh my goodness. I've been thinking way too long. Oh, it keeps growing. It's getting bigger.
Tree planted in memorial of FCD.